Does this sound familiar? You're scrolling through your phone late at night. You see a photo, your heart stops. Your ex is with someone new. They look happy, they look in love, and suddenly your chest feels tight. You can't breathe. You feel sick. And 1,000 questions flood your mind all at once. Does my ex really have feelings for this person? Was any of what we had real? Did I ever actually matter? Are they in love, or is this just a distraction? Is my ex over me, or is this just a phase? And right now, sitting in the dark, feeling like this, you don't know who to turn to. You don't know what to believe, and most importantly, you don't know if what you're feeling is even valid. Let me tell you something. What you're feeling right now is valid. I know it doesn't feel that way. I know you're probably telling yourself, I should be over this by now. I should be stronger. I should stop checking. I should not care. But listen to me carefully. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are not crazy for asking these questions. You are not broken because your heart is hurting. What you're feeling is the most human thing in the world. And if you're watching this video, it means something inside you is searching for answers. It means something inside you is not ready to give up on understanding. And that tells me everything I need to know about who you are. You are someone who loved deeply, someone who gave their heart honestly, someone who believed in something real. And when that was taken away, or when it ended in a way you didn't expect, your whole world tilted, and now you're sitting in that tilt, trying to find your balance again. Let me ask you something else. Why do you think your ex moved on so fast? Why does it feel like they found someone new while you are still barely holding yourself together? Because here is what I need you to understand. The speed at which someone moves on has nothing to do with how much they loved you. It has nothing to do with how much they still care. It has nothing to do with whether what you had was real. In fact, I want to tell you something that might change the way you see this entire situation. Sometimes the fastest rebound is not proof of love. It's proof of pain. Sometimes someone jumping into a new relationship is not because they found something better. It's because they couldn't face something worse. The emptiness, the silence, the loneliness inside themselves. And that has nothing to do with your worth. That has nothing to do with your value. That is their struggle, their wound, their coping mechanism. It was never a reflection of what you deserved or what you offered. But right now, I know you might not believe that. I know you might be thinking, but they look so happy. They look like they found exactly what they were looking for. And I understand why that breaks you. Because if they look happy, then what was all of this for? What was your pain for? What was your love for? But here's what I want you to hold on to today. Looks can be one of the most deceptive things in the world. A photo can hide 1,000 cracks. A smile can cover 1,000 tears, and a new relationship can be nothing more than a bandage placed over a wound that never healed. I am not telling you this to give you false hope. I'm not telling you this to make you wait. I'm telling you this because you deserve to stop torturing yourself with unanswered questions. You deserve to stop making their life about you when it was never about you in the first place. And I'm going to help you understand something incredible in the next few minutes. Something that will change the way you see your ex, something that will change the way you see this entire situation, and most importantly, something that will change the way you see yourself. Because here's what I believe with all my heart. You are not stuck because you can't let go. You are stuck because you haven't been given the right perspective yet. And once you understand the psychology behind rebound relationships, once you understand what your ex is really feeling and why, you will not only find your answers, you will find yourself. So, if you've been hurting, if you've been questioning, if you've been wondering whether your ex really has feelings or loves the rebound person, then stay with me until the very end because I have something powerful to share with you that will give you complete clarity and most importantly, the peace of mind that you deserve. You're not alone in this, and you're going to be so glad you stayed. Here's something you probably never thought about. The human brain was not designed to handle loss easily. When you loved someone deeply, when you built a life with them, when you shared your deepest thoughts and your darkest fears, your brain literally rewired itself. It created pathways, connections. It built your ex into the foundation of your emotional world, and when that ended suddenly, your brain didn't know what to do. The pathways were still there. The connection was still real inside you, but the source was gone, and that creates something psychological researchers call a withdrawal effect. Think about it like this. When someone is addicted to a substance and they stop suddenly, their body screams. Their mind screams. They feel like they're dying even though nothing is physically wrong. And that is exactly what a breakup feels like. The love you were dependent on is gone, and your emotional system goes into shock. So, now I want you to understand your ex through this lens. When your ex moved on fast, they were not thinking clearly. They were not healed. They were not over you. They were trying to survive, and this is where most people get it completely wrong. They see their ex with someone new and they assume that person must be better, more attractive, more exciting, more everything. But that is rarely the case. Most of the time, the rebound person is not a replacement. They are a distraction. They are a way for your ex to stop feeling the withdrawal. They are a way to feel wanted again when their self-worth has been shattered by the breakup. Let me explain something important right now. When a person goes through a painful breakup, they experience something psychologists call a threat to self-concept. Their identity gets shaken. They start questioning everything about themselves. Am I lovable? Was I good enough? Did I do something wrong? And that kind of questioning creates deep emotional pain. The fastest way to answer those questions is to find someone new. Because if someone new wants you, then you must still be worthy. If someone new chooses you, then you must still be valuable. The new person becomes proof that the breakup didn't destroy them completely. This is why people rush into rebound relationships. It is not about love. It is about survival. It is about protecting their ego. It is about filling a hole that was created the moment the relationship ended. And here is what you really need to understand. When your ex is with their rebound right now, appearing happy on social media, acting like everything is perfect, they are not necessarily feeling what you think they're feeling. They are performing. Even if they don't realize it, they are performing. Why? Because they need to believe it themselves. They need to see themselves moving forward. They need to see themselves as someone who made the right choice. And that performance can look exactly like happiness, even when the feelings are shallow, even when the connection is fragile, and even when it will eventually fall apart. But I don't want you to wait for it to fall apart. I don't want you to sit there hoping your ex will come back. That is not what this is about. I want you to understand this because I want you to stop personalizing their choice. I want you to stop thinking that you weren't enough. I want you to stop believing that their rebound is proof of your failure, because your ex jumping into a new relationship has everything to do with their inability to face their own pain alone, and it has nothing to do with how much you loved them. Now, let me tell you something that might sound controversial, but it is backed by real psychology. Sometimes the person who rebounds the fastest is actually the one who is the most afraid of being alone, and the one who takes longer to move on is not weaker. They are actually the one who is willing to sit with their pain, process it, and heal properly before opening their heart again. So, if you are the one still hurting, still healing, still figuring things out, that is not a weakness. That is wisdom. That is self-awareness. That is the kind of emotional maturity that will serve you for the rest of your life while your ex is busy running from themselves. Here is the real truth that I want you to carry with you. Your ex did not move on because they found something better than you. They moved on because they couldn't handle what losing you felt like. And that is their limitation. That is their wound. That is their choice. But you are not defined by their choices. You are not measured by how fast you can replace someone. You are not validated by whether someone new chooses you. Your value is never tied to your ex's decision to stay or leave. Your worth was never determined by whether someone else saw your worth. And I need you to understand one more crucial thing before we go further. Rebound relationships do not always stay as rebounds. Sometimes people surprise you. Sometimes what starts as a distraction becomes something real. Sometimes two people grow together in ways that heal old wounds. And I am going to talk about that honestly next because you deserve to know the difference between what's real and what's not. But for right now, I want you to sit with this understanding. Your ex's fast move was not a testament to your lack. It was a testament to their struggle, and you deserve someone who will not run from their own pain. You deserve someone who will stay, face things, and build something real with you. That is what you're really looking for, and that is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Now, let me answer the question that brought you here. Does your ex really have feelings for their rebound person, or is this just a distraction? Let me be very honest with you. There is no perfect answer to this question. Every situation is different. Every heart is complex. But I can tell you what I have seen again and again in countless cases like yours, and I want you to listen carefully because this might be the most important thing you hear today. Here's the difference between a rebound relationship and a real one. A rebound relationship is built on running. It is built on the fear of being alone. It is built on the need to feel valuable again after something painful happened. When someone jumps into a new relationship to escape their pain, they're not really seeing the new person. They are seeing a mirror that reflects back what they need to believe, that they are still worthy, still attractive, still capable of being loved. A real relationship is built on something completely different. It is built on presence, on choosing someone because of who they are, not because of what they fill, on showing up fully with your whole heart without fear driving every decision. The biggest indicator of whether your ex's feelings are real lies in one simple question. Were they showing up as their full self, or were they showing up as someone trying to survive? Here is something most people don't realize. Rebound relationships can actually become real. That is the part that makes this so confusing, because sometimes two people start as a distraction and grow into something genuine. They build something real on top of a shaky foundation, and it works. Why does that happen? Because time reveals everything. Feelings that were once based on running can transform into feelings based on genuine connection. People change, hearts open. What started as a bandage can sometimes become a wound that actually heals. But here is what you need to understand about that possibility. Whether your ex's rebound becomes something real has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with what you had. It has nothing to do with whether your love was strong enough or special enough. It has everything to do with the two people involved and what they choose to build together over time. And this is where most people get stuck. They spend months, sometimes years, analyzing their ex's new relationship. They study every photo. They analyze every caption. They look for signs that it's fake, that it won't last, that their ex made a mistake. And all of that energy is being spent on something that has nothing to do with their healing. Listen to me very carefully right now. The moment you start obsessing over whether your ex's new relationship is real, you give away your power. You give away your peace. You give away the time and energy that should be going toward your own life. And that is exactly what keeps you stuck. Here is the truth that nobody is telling you. You do not need to know if your ex has real feelings for their rebound person. You do not need to know if they are in love. You do not need to know if it will last. Because here is what I know for certain. Whatever your ex is feeling right now is their journey, their lesson, their experience to go through. It was never your responsibility to make them happy. It was never your job to be enough for them forever. You gave what you had. You loved with your whole heart. And now your job is to take that same heart and give it back to yourself. I know this is hard to hear. I know part of you is still hoping. Part of you is still wondering if maybe your ex will realize what they lost. Part of you is still holding on to something. But I want you to ask yourself one question right now. Is the energy you are putting into analyzing your ex's feelings, is that energy making your life better? Is it making you stronger? Is it moving you closer to the life you actually want? If the answer is no, then you already know what you need to do. You need to stop giving your power away. You need to stop letting someone who chose to leave define your worth. You need to stop running their life in your mind while your own life stands still. Here's what real freedom looks like. It looks like closing the tab. It looks like putting the phone down. It looks like accepting that you cannot control what happened, but you can control what happens next. It looks like deciding that your peace is more important than your curiosity. It looks like choosing yourself, even when your heart still aches. And this is what I want for you more than anything. I want you to stop asking whether your ex loves the rebound person. I want you to start asking whether you love yourself enough to let go. I want you to stop wondering what they are feeling and start feeling what you need to feel so you can finally heal. Because the truth is, you will never get the full answer you are looking for. You will never have complete certainty about what is happening in someone else's heart. And that is okay. That is not your burden to carry. Your burden is to live your life. Your burden is to grow. Your burden is to become so focused on your own path that you no longer have time to stare at theirs. And that is exactly where we are going next. Because I want to talk to you about something that will change everything. I want to talk to you about the power you have right now in this moment to become stronger than you have ever been. I want to show you how to transform this pain into your greatest fuel. Stay with me. You are closer to freedom than you realize. Let me tell you something about pain. Pain is not the end. Pain is a doorway. And right now, standing in that doorway, you have a choice that most people never realize they have. You can stay stuck in the doorway forever staring back at what was, or you can walk through it into something new entirely. And I am here to tell you that you have everything you need to walk through. I know it doesn't feel that way. I know right now you feel like pieces of you are missing. I know you feel like your heart is carrying weight that will never lift. But listen to me. The person you are right now after everything you've been through is not broken. You are becoming. Every single painful moment you have endured has been shaping you. Every sleepless night, every tear you thought nobody would see, every time you told yourself you were okay when you weren't. That is not weakness showing through, that is strength building up. Here is what I need you to understand about your power. Your ex made their choice. That is done. That is over. But your story is not over. Not even close. And the version of you that is going to walk out of this darkness is going to be so much more than the version of you that walked in. I want you to think about something. Right now, at this very moment, there is a version of your life that you cannot even see yet. There are experiences waiting for you, connections waiting for you, a love that will not require you to question your worth every single day. There is a future version of yourself who will look back on this pain and realize it was the beginning of everything getting better. But that version of yourself cannot exist if you stay frozen in the past. That version of yourself needs you to move. Not because moving is easy, not because you don't still feel everything, but because staying stuck is a choice too, and you deserve better than that choice. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you chose yourself? Not your ex, not what they are doing, not who they are with, you. When was the last time you did something just because it honored your growth, your peace, your future? If you can't remember, then today is the day you start. Here's the truth that changed my perspective completely. Other people's choices do not determine your value. Other people's timelines do not set your worth. Other people leaving does not mean you are someone who deserves to be left. It means you are someone who was brave enough to love. And that bravery deserves respect, especially from yourself. I want you to start treating yourself like someone who matters because you do. You absolutely do. Stop scrolling. Stop analyzing. Stop giving your attention to someone who decided you were not the one. Take that attention back. Give it to your growth. Give it to your healing. Give it to the life you are building right now, one day at a time. Here is what real healing looks like. It looks like deleting the old photos when you're ready, not because you have to, but because you choose peace over curiosity. It looks like saying no to the late-night check-ins. It looks like replacing the obsession with intention. It looks like investing in yourself, your mind, your body, your dreams, your purpose. And I know some of you are thinking, but what if I never find someone again? What if I am not enough? Let me answer that clearly right now. You are not what one person decided about you. You are not defined by one relationship that ended. You are the sum total of everything you've survived, everything you've learned, everything you've become, and that is more than enough. There is someone out there who will not need to rebound to feel whole. There is someone out there who will choose you, not because they are running from pain, but because they are drawn to your light. There is someone out there who will match your depth, your loyalty, your willingness to love fully. But that person cannot find you if you are still looking backward. That person is waiting for you to be ready. And you will be ready. Not today maybe, but soon. One decision at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. So, here's what I want you to carry with you after this video ends. Your ex moving on is not the end of your story. It is a chapter closing, and every great story has chapters that hurt before they heal. But those painful chapters are not the whole book. They are just the part that tested you to see if you were strong enough to keep reading. You are strong enough. You are worthy of more. You are not alone. And the best version of your life is not behind you. It is ahead of you. You just have to keep moving toward it one choice at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time. This is not goodbye. This is the beginning. Go become the person you were always meant to be.